Hey guys, there's a midweek analysis for January 18th of 2023. Okay, we'll go over a quick update on the Aussie yen. This is a daily chart. Let me run you by the current setup I was looking at. So the last daily short trade that formed was right here. And then about a week later, a daily long trade formed. And so at this point, the daily bias's risk parameters was between this pivot low and this pivot high. And so in order to confirm this daily bias, I was waiting for lower confirmation to form. However, as price rose and came all the way down here, there was never any lower confirmation to confirm this daily bias, which is actually quite common from late December to early January. Okay, so after a month went by with no lower confirmation, there was a new daily long trade that formed right here. And so at this point, the daily bias's risk parameters changed from, again, this pivot high to now this pivot low right here. Okay, so I was again waiting for lower confirmation to form. However, it never formed again, and price came all the way down to these levels. However, just yesterday, there was a new daily long trade that formed right here. Now, typically, this daily long trade will be treated just like the previous two long trades that formed right here, and only changing the risk parameters. However, to make a long story short, in this case, this daily long trade is going to reset this entire bias. So in other words, this entire daily bias, which was measured against this daily short trade, is now reset and unusable. Okay, so at this point, this daily bias is no longer valid. Now, this kind of situation where a counter trade resets an entire bias really only happens once or twice a year, so I haven't explained this yet in my intermediate course either. However, let me just give you a basic idea of why this new daily long trade reset this entire bias. And that has to do with the weekly chart. Okay, so let's go over there real quick. Okay, so on this weekly chart, there was a new weekly long trade that formed right here just 2 weeks ago. Now, when a time frame one step higher than the time frame used for the bias creates a trade in the same direction as a lower time frame bias, so in this case that would be a long trade, right before that bias's long trade formed, that resets that lower time frame's bias. So in this case, when this weekly long trade formed, and then a daily long trade formed like I showed you earlier, in this area right here, that daily bias got reset. Now again, this only happens once or twice a year throughout all the pairs I show you guys. So it's not mandatory to understand in terms of this strategy. But if you have any questions about this, I will be glad to explain it to you guys. So leave it in the comments section, okay? All right, so again, this daily bias on the Aussie yen is reset. And so at this point, I'll be looking for further weekly and daily biases to form, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so that's it for the midweek analysis. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, guys. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.